Hi guys, Gina here. Today is day 2 of Load 2013, February 2013, and today's prompt is the perfect day. And Lane explained in her intro video for today that this could go many different ways. And the first thing I thought of when she said the words, the perfect day, was my husband and I, my trip to Jamaica. And of course, I took the requisite feet over the water picture while we were down there, and I don't like feet at all, but it was I don't know, we were sitting, it was raining, and we were sitting under a covered like a cabana looking out over the ocean, and we were swinging. Where we were sitting, they were swings, and it was a you know, a rocker like thing. And I shot this photo, and when Lane said the perfect day, that's the first thing that came to mind. And she went off on a different tangent about explaining your perfect day and things like that, but this is what really struck me, and I decided that I just needed to go with it. So what I don't like about this photo, obviously, is the date down here. I used to set my camera so that it recorded the date on the picture, and now I hate that. I wish I could get rid of it, but it's there, and we'll try to figure out some way to cover it. As far as products go, I've been searching the room, and one of the issues I'm having right now is my room is a complete and total disaster area, and after I'm done this layout, I really need to clean it up, but I need to, this is like priority number 1 today. I got to get this done, so I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to hope to clean up this room, because my husband and I are going to the Flyers game tonight, so I've got to hurry up and get this done. So as far as, I'm going with a blue-yellow scheme, I think, and I pulled out the Lost and Found 3 embellishments from my mind's eye. I pulled out the sticker sheet, which has lots of nice yellows and some blues, and also this was like the sticker. It says best day ever, which I thought was so appropriate. And then I also pulled out the chipboard elements from the Lost and Found 3 Oliver collection, and I love this banner that says all is right in the world when I'm with you, you make my heart grow 3 sizes, these are the best days. That this was the first vacation, well, before we went to Jamaica, Stu and I took a trip to Richmond to see a NASCAR race together, but this was the first big trip that we took, and so and then this has lots of nice chipboard elements, memories, and then there's these flags and things like that. So definitely the blue and yellow, and I can't find a yellow pattern paper that I like. So I pulled this paper by Basic Gray. It's their PB&J collection. This is called Sunny Day, and it has this yellow, and I think if I use this just in spots, it'll be okay because it's not quite the right yellow. And I have some washi tape too I could maybe bring in there. But this is the Lost and Found 2 collection. I actually only bought one. I only bought one piece of pattern paper from the Lost and Found 3 collection, and it's a gray that matches like this element here, and it doesn't work with this. But luckily for me, my mind's eye, across all their collections, their colors are pretty. As you can see, these are not all the same collection, but their colors are pretty similar. So this is from Lost and Found 2, and this, what's it called? Let me tell you. It is called Breeze Fun Day Today paper, and it has this pre-built embellishment here, kind of, that says today, tomorrow, and forever. I thought maybe I could use some of that. And then this is from Lost and Found 2. This is Breeze Fun Day Today paper, and it's got this stripe on that side, and then it is actually the B side of this Today paper, so I actually have 2 of these. And this one actually looks a bit more distressed than that one. Maybe something in the printing. So maybe I'll use this one because it brings in a little bit more of that yellow. And then this is from Stella and Rose. This is Gertie Friends Forever, and this has a yellow that definitely works, but I wasn't so sure about this geometrical, you know, kind of like checked print. So, but it does have some yellow with this blue, so I thought maybe that could bring some yellow in. This is also from Stella and Rose. This is Gertie Friends Forever, and obviously I don't want to bring that red in, but I really like this polka dot. And then this paper from Miss Caroline has this, we were sitting kind of on a wooden boardwalk, so I kind of thought that this like boardwalk kind of wood paper would work. And then it's just a gray kind of boardwalk on this side, and this is from Dilly Dally Curious Planks paper. And embellishments, I pulled out these embellished butterflies in the yellow from Jenny Bolin. And then I have the Miss Caroline pins and buttons. They have some yellow pins down here that I thought in an element of 3 would work. And then also the they have the hearts, so I thought maybe I could pull those into the layout. So that's the supplies I'm starting with, and we'll see where we go. Thank you guys for watching. Hey guys, so I'm going to narrate this video, and right here I am just trying to figure out which pattern papers I'm going to use. And I pulled out those 2 pieces of the same pattern paper and then decided I wasn't going to use either of them. I'm just going to pare it down to the wood, the plank paper and that basic gray paper. And I decided that I was going to make a banner shape out of that yellow paper and use the plank paper as my background. And so I'm just cutting that down and trying to figure out the sizing of it. And then here I realized that there's not enough contrast between that picture and that yellow paper, so I'm looking through my scraps first before I cut another 12 by 12 piece of paper. I'm looking through my scraps to see if I have anything that will work to sort of break up, to sort of mat that picture on that yellow paper. And I thought that maybe this teal colored paper here would work. And then because teal is a weird color for me, I either store it in blue or green depending on my mood that day. So I pulled out the green scraps as well to see if there was anything in there, and there wasn't. So with that decided, it went back to the original papers that I chose, and I decided to mat it on this, like, it's almost like a floral design a little bit, with the blue and the yellow. So I'm using that matting tool. I'm quite liking that recently. I used to use my trimmer to mat photos, but I'm quite liking this matting tool. And the more I use it, the better I get at it. So obviously, I mean, that's how we all are, I guess. So I'm really liking that. It makes the mats very even. And here I'm just going to take a little bit of time to measure out the placement of... Oh, wait a minute. That was a preview of what's coming up next. I'm actually going to take this Distress ink in weathered wood, and I'm going to... And I went back to the inking tool because that makes the inking of all the edges of the paper so much easier than those little daubers I was using. So I'm going to ink the edges of all these papers in that weathered wood, and now I'm going to spend a little bit of time measuring out exactly where to put this flag and to make the flag as even as possible. This is not a skill that I've perfected as of yet. And you'll see it's not perfect. The flag doesn't turn out perfectly, even with all this measuring and deciding where everything's going to go. And you're going to see a lot of my hair show up. You're going to see the top of my head in this video, and I apologize for the bedhead. I filmed this video as soon as I got up in the morning, so I hadn't showered yet or anything like that. My husband sleeps really late on the weekends, so while he's asleep in the mornings, I spend the morning scrapbooking, and then when he gets up, I go up and take a shower. So I'm cutting down this paper, and then I'm going to line up these angles as best I can on my cutting mat to make the flag shape, the pennant shape. And I don't get it perfect, but it's pretty close. I can live with it. It's not as crazy as some of the other ones I've cut, so I'm pretty happy with that. So now the paper background, all of my papers, I've decided where that's all going to go. And you're not going to see any of this, but the biggest challenge of this layout was to find letter stickers that I liked that went with it. So we'll see that in a minute after I get all this adhered down. You won't see much of it. I cut a lot of it out because I had some Recollections glitter cardstock that I tried to cut with the silhouette, and it didn't matter what setting I put my cameo on, it would not cut through it. It's going to be a trial and error thing that I'm going to have to go through and figure out. And then I tried to use different thickers I had, and nothing worked. So we'll see what in the end I ended up using alterable thickers, but we'll see that in a second. So I'm taking the second part of that thing that says something about I don't remember what the second part of that border strip said, but it didn't really fit this layout. So I'm going to cut that part off and just use the one that says All is right with the world when I'm with you, and the best day ever, or the best of days, or something like that. And I'm inking those edges as well. And then I'm using some Tombow Mono multi glue to to stick them down, because I'm finding that the adhesive that is put on chipboard doesn't stand the test of time. And I'm tired of opening my scrapbooks and seeing that all of the chipboard has fallen to the bottom of the page protector. So I've now taken to adding adhesive to the back of those, and I find when I do that it works much better. I'm going to do my journaling here, journaling about the fact that even though it was raining in Jamaica this day, rain couldn't damper paradise, is basically what the gist of my journaling is, and was going to be my title, but then I got lazy and decided I didn't want to add all those words. So it was already in the journaling, and I either need to start writing smaller or planning my journaling out ahead of time, because I always run out of room. I talk too much. Here I'm taking this EK Success powder tool, and I'm taking and making the back, it's got adhesive on it, and I'm kind of getting rid of all of that adhesive because I don't want things to stick. I'm going to put it up on dimensional adhesive, on some foam adhesive, and I don't want anything to get behind it and stick to adhesive that was left sticky, if you will. So I just used that powder tool to make it so that the back wasn't sticky anymore, and then I'm going to use that foam tape and put that up. I don't like to put that directly, those big pieces of chipboard directly on the background, because I find that it kind of lifts the back of the pattern paper up. So you saw me there. I picked up the details chipboard piece because I forgot to ink the edges, and it was not going to come up once it went down on that foam adhesive. So, oh well. I'm using some of these pins from my mind's eye, and I realize here that one of the pins went behind the adhesive and not through it, and that's how I make sure that they stay in. I put them through the adhesive, and then they stay pretty well there. And then here's where I went through a whole long thing of deciding different things for alphabets, and then I decided that I would just use these alterable thickers, and they're foam and they have adhesive on both sides. So I just put them on my craft mat, take off the adhesive backing on the top, and then I'm just covering it with some Doodlebug, I think that's Bumblebee glitter. And I hate glitter, and it made a big mess, so my cleaning up that whole mess I took out. And then I got too much glitter on the back of those thickers, so I had to actually adhere them with some Tombow Mono multi-glue because there was too much glitter on the back. It took all the adhesive off. So I'm going to use my T-square ruler and line those up. I'm using my ruler a lot more lately than I have in the past, but so I'm going to lay them down. And even though it looks, in the video, it looks harder to read this word than it does in person. So there it is, the title, and just the final dot on that I. And then I'm going through my embellishments to see what else I can add. And again, this is a layout for layout a day, so it's kind of quicker than what I would typically do. I'm taking those Jenny Bolin butterflies, and I decide that the butterfly is going to look like it's just hanging out in Never Never Land. So I took some washi tape, and I pulled up that P from Paradise, and I'm adding some washi tape, and I pulled that sticker up that says Best Day Ever and put that on top of the washi tape. And then if I could have gotten that chipboard piece up, I would have pulled that up and then put it over the washi tape, but I couldn't get it up, so I just put it down there. I couldn't get the chipboard piece up, so I'm adhering those Jenny Bolin butterflies with some Tombow Mono multi-glue. And then I decided it needs a little bit more turquoise because we only have that one embellishment that's turquoise, that little heart. So here I'm using wire cutters to take that pin off of the little turquoise heart. I'm going to use a glue dot to adhere that down, and then I'm going to take this button and I'm going to take the back off the button with this shank remover. I think they're called shanks. I don't know, that word just popped into my head. I'm going to put that down. I got to cut them down a little bit more. Then I'm going to put that down with a glue dot, and that's actually going to wrap up the layout for layout a day, day 2. So finally got that memory in the book. So I thank you guys for watching, and if you have any questions, leave them below the video, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Take care. Bye-bye.